All right, today we're looking at all the features and details that you might have missed in the GTA 6 trailer. We're going to be breaking it down completely and looking at a lot of Easter eggs that Rockstar hid in this trailer as well. So before we get into it, if you guys don't already know, we're going to be having a lot of GTA 6 content on this channel. So make sure to subscribe and put on post notifications. And also don't forget to drop a like. All right, let's get into it. So for the first scene, we got a shot of what it seems to be like the south of Vice City. We get to see a lot of the vehicles, as well as probably the most important thing in this scene is the prison that's in the back. This prison honestly looks huge. It looks like it's definitely way bigger than the one that we have in GTA 5, as well as probably bigger than the one that's in RDR 2. So I'm assuming it's going to be that size, probably even more. And assuming that Rockstar is going to take the same thing that we have for GTA 5, we're probably going to be able to go inside of it. There's probably going to be missions in it, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And probably just like a lot of fun things that we could do there. To the left side, we can see obviously a little bit of the city, which we'll see more eventually soon. Possibly right there could be also some train tracks from that little bridge, but we're not fully sure at that point. You also get to see a lot more of the water, the river that we have down here. And then of course we have the vehicles. So honestly, it's not really that easy to make out some of the vehicles that we see here, but we can definitely make out some of them, a lot of them from GTA 5 and GTA Online. You can see down there to the right, we have the Speedo van. We also have the bus from GTA 5 as well. I'm not sure if Rockstar is going to be fully keeping that. But it is a little bit different though compared to the one that we do have, because obviously that was specifically for Los Angeles. So we're probably gonna have our own, separate, and we know we're gonna definitely have our own separate transit system in GTA 6. And then we also have some other vehicles as well. We have this vehicle that usually is towing a boat, so I'm assuming that pedestrians, hopefully, we obviously had the towing boat stuff in GTA 5, but now they probably will be able to do that and actually put the boat in the water. We also have some other trucks, and this one looks like a Wastelander, I'm pretty sure, from GTA Online. Then we have this camper van too, the Patriot beer truck, just more brands that probably will be added to GTA Online. And obviously another thing that people probably didn't take away from this is the fact that there's so many vehicles here. And the thing is, what makes the world more realistic is when Rockstar has a lot of NPCs and vehicles, which we'll talk more about as well. But yeah, the fact that there's a lot here is going to make it nice, and hopefully Rockstar has a lot more traffic too, just to add more to the world and make it cool. All right, so that's just for the first scene. Already we see a lot. The next scene from this trailer, we just get to really see the gates of the prison and just how it kind of looks on the outside. Nothing crazy that we can see here, just another perspective. We'll see more of course when we actually get into the game. And then for the first scene, we finally get to see Lucia, which is one of the main protagonists and the first female protagonist in the Grand Theft Auto series, or at least one of them. Actually, we had one in GTA 1, and we can see that she is an inmate in this prison that we just saw. So first off, let's touch a little bit on the background. Obviously, we can see that there's a lot of prison people, a lot of inmates that are in this prison. I'm assuming that it's probably going to be maybe even two prisons, or it could just be separated by gender. So that's something you also have to put into perspective. But there's a lot of inmates. I'm not sure if we'll be able to meet any of them, or if we could break into the prison and see them, or even break them out. But that's another thing that we have to put into thought there. And of course, we have Lucia, the protagonist. So obviously she's in prison for whatever that she did, and assuming that this is probably going to be how the game starts out, that is honestly going to be really cool. Maybe we'll be seeing Jason raking her out. A little detail that you might not have noticed though for sure is that there's a picture of what a family, or what it seems to be a family, down here. So that's actually going to be interesting. I'm assuming that's Lucia's family, so that's something there. And then of course we also have the bunk bed. I'm not sure if she's sharing a her prison cell with somebody else. She might or might not be, but that could be somebody that is important to the story. But I'm assuming this is probably how the story is going to start out. You break out of prison. It's going to be really honestly cool. So we can't wait for that. So of course this is the first shot of Lucia, and this is how Lucia is going to look like when she, gets the game. And obviously we could already tell the graphics look amazing. All right, next shot we have her counselor, and she asks her, "Do you know why you're here?" And Lucia says, "Bad luck, I guess." So a little bit on the counselor. I mean, this is probably just like a separate room in the prison, of course, and her name is Stephanie. We could see from the badge over here. I'm assuming Stephanie's probably going to play a huge role in this. And then in the background, we could also see some pictures of what it seems to be Stephanie's family, friends possibly. We also see a printer in the background, and just not much that we can really see on the paper. It probably has a lot of details and stuff of, Lucia, but we can't really make out fully everything when it comes to what's going to be happening here. But we just know this counselor probably is going to play a huge role in Lucia's life, and hopefully we'll see how that goes. And we also have another picture on the desk, which I'm assuming probably has more pictures. We can see a better shot in this one. Just has probably, I'm assuming, more of her family, her husband, friends, and all that. In the background there, we can also see there's some type of safety vest, which I'm not sure who's going to be wearing that. Could be for her. and we also see some books as well in the background, and then we get another shot of Lucia, just a better clear 4K shot of her, again still with that prison uniform. So this is probably what's going to happen in the first scene, or at least in one of the scenes where she ends up going to the counselor, and maybe things help out. All right, next shot though is when it starts to get crazy. We get to see yachts in the water as well as boats. We get to see dolphins too, which is something that people probably didn't notice, and just the water obviously itself. So I'm assuming it is Vice City. The water plays a huge role when it comes to Miami, so I'm assuming that there's going to be a lot more boats that people drive and yachts and stuff. There's going to be expensive rich people and everything that just go around the water having fun, traveling. It's going to be really nice. Los Santos, obviously we do have that, but it's not the same, since most of the time they just have jet skis, or they just have like, the typical stuff, nothing too crazy. So, I'm assuming that this is going to be a lot more better than again with the dolphins. I think we have dolphins in GTA 5, but it's nothing too interesting. But I'm assuming again they're going to take a lot from RDR2, so having more realistic animals and stuff is going to be honestly amazing to see. And if we move a little bit more, we get to see a nice little shot of the downtown, or just really overall the bottom beach side of the city. First off, you can see the amount of pedestrians and how much realistic parts there is. You see, when it comes to GTA 5, I'm going to have to keep comparing to that. There is realistic stuff, but there's not as many like umbrellas like this. There's not that many pedestrians, and also it's great that Rockstar's putting a lot of thought into this. When you go to this beach in game, you're gonna actually feel that you're in, Vice City. You're gonna feel like you're actually in a real world, which is honestly really cool. We also get to see, just like the amount of buildings compared to the skyline that we have in Los Santos and probably any other GTA game, which is not comparable. This city is gorgeous. We see a lot of trees, a lot of foliage. A lot of interiors that we can also kind of see a little bit from here. Nothing too crazy, but we get to see more. And it's just how huge this city is, and that's only the bottom part. That's not even the full city part that we even get to see yet. So honestly, gorgeous. And then we also have the Super Velito over here to the left side that's flying in. Of course, Rockstar has to have the usual helicopter. There's something else we also got to mention. Helicopters are definitely going to play a huge role in just the city skyline, adding more to it and everything like that. We also get to see some unique architecture and buildings that are probably based off of ones in real life that Rockstar put into the game. Obviously, if you live in Miami or if you've been there a lot, you definitely can recognize these from the get-go. But overall, it's pretty cool to see that. And then we also have this dodo plane that's to the right that actually has a sign that says 919. Then it says why 69 when you could 919. So I'm glad that Rockstar's still gonna be having a lot of their humor and stuff brought back into the game. Hopefully they're not too censored and all that. So after that scene, we get to see a little bit more from, the city part. Again, we can see a little bit when it comes to interiors. Now, we know that we're going to be having a lot of interiors in GTA 6, but some of them are going to be kind of like fake interiors, how we have like in a little bit like in the GTA trilogy, or even in Spider-Man, where they have like parallax interiors where you can like kind of make out what's inside, but it's not like just a blob, it actually makes it look like there's something there. We also get to see this huge like hotel or apartment that's here. That's pretty cool. Hopefully we'll be able to go inside of that one. And then we also have like this deck part where we have, some pedestrians and NPCs. So that's pretty cool. I'm assuming this building could be part of the story, or it could just be, just something that people can hang out in. So that's pretty cool. Next, we get the swamp part of the map. So this is going to be called like the Everglades, I'm pretty sure. And honestly, there's not much to take from here, but just probably compare it to some of the swamps that we have in RDR2. And just know there's probably going to be a lot more better, and especially the fact that we can have vehicles, but just know there's gonna be a lot of animals, alligators, birds, all that. And then we also get a look at this vehicle over here, which I don't think has ever been in any GTA game. There's probably been ones that have been close to it, but it's honestly pretty cool to see like a airboat type of thing. So that's gonna be kind of cool. And it also puts in perspective that there's people on it. I think one of them has a gun, and I mean it's really honestly interesting because I'm not sure this is going to be Jason or Lucia, but I'm assuming us players could probably end up, driving one of these, or at least in story mode as well. So that's gonna be really fun and really cool to check out for sure. And if we continue on from here, we get to get another shot of, more just swamp area. Again, looks kind of similar to RDR2, but just a lot more better. So first off, we obviously see like the 3 million flamingos over here. And, it's just, again, the animals are going to definitely play a huge role, and it's going to be probably twice as much that we have in RDR2. We also get to see alligator over here, some birds in the background. Obviously there's specific names for these birds. I'm not really sure off the top of my head right now. But there's just so many right there. And again, the wildlife is probably going to be so much more better. It's just honestly, I can't wait to see what's coming up with that. All right, the next shot is probably one of the best ones that we've seen in a while, or not in a while, but I guess like in this trailer. We're gonna fully break this down real quick. So first off, the beach, gorgeous. All right, but also put into perspective again how many NPCs are here. It's a lot, and it really shows how much Rockstar is going to put a lot of effort and thought into it. Also, the NPC models look great. They don't just look like they're simple, generic stuff. Rockstar put a lot of thought into each and every individual character. There's also a variety of different races here too, which is pretty cool. So then next after that, of course, we can also see some of the companies on the umbrellas. I think one of them is called like Soul Sisters and stuff. It says Vice City Beach. So just again, a lot of little details and stuff that are placed into these little umbrellas and stuff like that. So it's honestly really, really cool. All right, next up, of course, we also have to put into the fact that there's some vehicles in the background. So first off, I think that's another Super Valito in the sky right there. We also have another plane. Planes are definitely going to be, flying around and stuff like that. And I don't know if we're going to be having multiple cities or even maybe countries that we can go to, but that's also something to put into thought right there. And then we also have, I think it was that like a Sea Sparrow from, GTA Online, which also can land on water. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the jet skis over here as well. So these look like pretty much the exact same model from GTA 5, but I'm assuming Rockstar is also going to have some new ones. And then over here in the background, there's, this truck over here, which I think is also in GTA Online. I think it's maybe the Carry 4x4. I'm not really sure though, because some of the people are kind of blocking it, but it looks a little bit like it. I'm not really sure though. Then we also have like the trailer on the back where you could put boats and stuff into the water, and all that. Then of course the NPC models look great. We also have some NPCs laying on the beach, a little bit more realistic compared to how GTA 5 is. Some of them laying in like little tent areas and stuff like that. That's cool. A little bit more in the city background and stuff. Just a lot more details and stuff. We have this guy over here running with this dog as well, so that's gonna be returning. And then we also have this guy down here as well taking a picture of this woman. So again, just more humor from Rockstar. And then we also have these people down here that are eating what it seems to be cola, maybe burger shots, something like that. So I'm assuming maybe NPCs could go on over to like any of the restaurants and just bring the food with them. So again, just more realistic parts to the game. Next after that, we have a shot of like the more like cargo kind of like docks part of Vice City. So first off, the people in the boats, these probably are just enemies in missions and stuff like that. I don't think these are people that we could really make out. I can't really see if that's Jason or Lucia in it. But just know these are probably going to be enemies, or at least people that are part of the mission. And then we have the huge cargo ship. I mean, it can't be GTA if it doesn't have a huge cargo ship in the docks for whatever reason. We have that like in every GTA game, going all the way back to GTA 3. So I'm assuming this is again just gonna be part of a mission, online map, all that. Looks a lot more realistic and cool. Rockstar put a lot of thought and effort into that for sure. And it's just like, it's kind of cool to see like all the different company names and details that Rockstar has for like each individual crate for the game. And then we also get to see a little bit of like what this boat might be called. It looks like it's called like the Clarion or something like that. That could be the company name. Obviously we're gonna be having a lot more companies. So that's something also to put into perspective. For this next shot, it's very unique compared to some of the other ones because this is the first shots that we could see of Vice City at nighttime. So this is Lucia, and I'm assuming Jason is driving in this convertible over here. Then we also have some other vehicles over in the front part, a lot of them from GTA Online and just other NPC vehicles as well. So again, Vice City obviously looks gorgeous from the nighttime perspective. Rockstar did really great with that. Next up, just looking at the sign, we got the 404 West, Kelly County to the 97, which is a VCI airport, Vice City International. And then we also have the 3 Cabin Square, or it says Cabin something, Cabin Boulevard, and it's a Stockyard downtown exit only. So I'm assuming the highway system is going to be a lot more realistic. Rockstar might be, take some exits and other roads that are in Miami in real life. So again, if you're living there or if you have been there, you obviously probably already know a lot from it. So that's honestly pretty cool right there. And this guy over here is recording Lucia. This is probably going to be part of some type of mission. So we'll see a little bit more about that once we get into the game. And if we just continue on during this scene, again, it's just more, recording. And then we get into this other part of like what it seems to be. Honestly, there's a lot of parts, in Vice City. I can't even tell which one this is going to be. But first off, we can already tell this is a car meet. And look at the car customization. First off, we got some crazy liveries. Look at the rims on some of these cars. You can see that's a Chrysler 300 right there as well. It looks like the Faction Donk, or at least a little bit different version of that. And then we also have the Tahoe here as well. So and then this lowrider too. There's a lot of little details and stuff that you got to put into perspective here. So this used to be some type of hood area. I'm not really sure what this is, or at least it's a car meet area for sure, where a lot of people are going to be meeting up in broad daylight or even at night just to show off their vehicles, which is cool. So again, the customization is going to be crazy. This is just like a little touch, a little look on it. We'll see a little bit more about that. We also have, you know, some other NPC vehicles on the side. If you look at the roads as well, they look a lot more realistic. We have some details of tire marks as well as just dirtiness. You can see all the little tracks and stuff as well. People just going in and out from this parking lot, just again adding a lot to it. And then you can also see, you know, when it comes to the background, there's actually this bus stop sign that's back there. So again, I'm assuming public transportation is going to be a huge, or at least a good factor in, you know, GTA 6. The thing is, we have it in GTA 5, but let's be honest, the tram is not as good. But I know Miami has a decent, you know, transit system, so that's gonna be really nice. And hopefully we'll be able to also see buses. And if we're the pedestrians that we see here, we can't really make out who is who. We don't really know any of these people yet, but again, they're probably going to play a huge role in the story, or it could just be normal NPCs. Again, we don't really know much yet until the game kind of comes out. But the thing is, Rockstar puts a lot of thoughts now into NPCs. It's not just like the same thing how it is. You know, these obviously do matter a lot. And then also, if we get a little bit more closer, we get to see this Porsche over here as well as this bike. I think that might have been in GTA Online. And then we also get to see some building customization that has a lot of unique stuff on it. It's not just like a simple building. We have paintings and drawings and graffiti and all that. So that's also really cool. So yeah. And then after that, we get to the shop of the strip club. So I think this is called like Jack's of Trades or something like that. And you can also see at the top, it's Make It Rain Mondays. So when it comes to this strip club, it's a lot more like detailed. You see, when it comes to GTA 5, when it's just like, you know, it's there, but it's not too crazy, you know, it's like, it's simple. But this was like a whole party. It's crazy. And I think we actually probably seen a shot from the GTA 6 leaks earlier last year, a little bit of this, but this is like really the real deal, to actually see how the strip club is going to work and look in GTA Online, which looks great. All right. And then after that, we have, you know, these two characters, which we don't know who they are, but we at least know that, you know, they probably play a huge role in the story, since they're, you know, dapping up each other and all that. We got this guy with tattoos and this other guy as well. Again, we'll break down a lot more things and little details and stuff, you know, when it comes to just a little bit more in the future. But just know that's what we got for now. All right. And then after that, we get this nice shot of Vice City again at night. It's a little bit more evening, but let's break this down a little bit. So we got, you know, boats, we got yachts, we got everything here in the water. So when it comes to that, again, it's going to be a lot more. There's a lot more boats and stuff like that in real life when it comes to Miami. So to have this in game is going to be really cool. And then we also get, again, a nice little shot of the downtown area. You can see how huge the skyline is. And then if we also look a little bit more down, we got some tennis courts over there, which is cool because, you know, that means tennis is definitely coming back. And then another thing that people probably didn't realize at first is that there's actually tolls, which actually just add a lot more details. So if you guys remember from GTA 4, we had tolls if you want to cross to go from like Brooklyn to like, you know, Manhattan or something like that, or Brooklyn to the Bronx, you know, there's tolls. So this is honestly pretty cool that Rockstar's gonna be bringing that back. So you can see, you know, we have 2 lanes going one way and then 2 lanes going the other way. So just know that you'll, you know, definitely have to pay if you want to cross. But of course, we could do what we did in GTA 4 and just ran right through it. And then if we look a bit more down, we have some vehicles again that have returned from GTA 5 and GTA Online. These pickup trucks, I can't really see what they are, but I think one of them is probably a Bobcat, and then this one's like the Yuga Classic, I'm pretty sure, again. And then this one looks like a Banshee down here. We got maybe a mule over here. That one looks like maybe an Infernus. And I mean, again, I'm definitely gonna be breaking down the vehicles a lot more, because you can't really, like, it's kind of hard to see. You gotta like zoom in and like kind of think. But just know some of them are definitely some new ones. And then also some of the vehicles that are driven by NPCs are not gonna be like the generic, you know, simple vehicles. Some of them could be some crazy interesting ones. But for this shot over here, we get a better look at, you know, kind of a little bit more down when it comes to like, you know, how the hotels are, probably like close to ocean view. We can see there's this boardwalk hotel, a lot of NPCs walking in the middle as well as the other side and this side. Let's take a look at the NPCs real quick and then we'll get into the vehicles. So first off, we have, you know, this homeless guy that's sitting. We got some, you know, ladies walking over here. For the vehicles, this is like the Fister Comet, something like that just came out like 2 years ago. We have the Cheetah Classic. We have like the Karate Supercar, a bike. And then let's see, I'm not sure what that car is. This one I can't really see. I think it's I think it's a Lambo in real life. I can't see that one really though. And then this vehicle, I completely forgot the name, but we also see another Tahoe up here as well. So a lot of new vehicles. This one looks like a Lincoln Navigator a little bit. I'm telling, or maybe that's a Durango. Wow, it's a lot. It's a lot to break down. You gotta look a little bit more closer, honestly, to see a little bit more. I'll definitely have that in a separate video for you guys. And then after that, if we move on a little bit more, we get the shot of the nightclub. So the nightclub is definitely going to make a return, and these probably aren't going to be like the simple nightclubs. These are going to be ones that are actually like interesting and, you know, a lot of detail orientated and everything like that. Not really much that we can get from this shot, just, you know, considering the fact that there's going to be a lot of, you know, fun stuff that we can do in Vice City. The next shot over here, again, just more shots of like the water. We get to see the Vice Keys, which is what it's probably going to be called. And there's also like this stunt jump that we can also do with this bridge because it seems to be uncompleted. Maybe it'll be built over time. We got this cargo ship over here as well as this other one. We have this part down here, which has a building. I'm not sure if we can, you know, what we could do there. Again, there's a lot of vehicles that are passing through. Just again, adding more details. And this one looks like, I'm not sure what plane this is, but this is probably one that has been in GTA Online. And then we get this next shot of Lucia at some type of hotel or apartments, and we also have some NPCs in the pool as well. So this is just, again, another shot of Lucia. We get to see a better, clear picture of how she looks like, and just a little bit of more, you know, what NPCs could do. And then we get this Vice sign, which, you know, has to be in the game, you know, Vice, you know, to show what the city is. And after that, we get this next, you know, shot that kind of focuses on what Rockstar's kind of take and look on Instagram as well as like TikTok is going to be. So that's definitely going to play like a huge factor. So this guy named Dad Bod Squad, he said, "Hey Poppy, save some sugar baby for the rest of us." And these are just some people having fun on the yachts. So that's gonna be cool. The NPCs could post and stuff like that. And we also have this animal control trying to get a, you know, typical alligator in Florida type of thing out of this pool party. So it's a stay alert VC, remember to check for invited guests for the pool party. And then we had this other one that says someone called the Department of Transport on this dump truck. And then we had this girl that's working on a vehicle. And then after that, we get this next shot of a car meet. Again, it kind of correlates a little bit with, you know, how the other shot was with the car meet and stuff. So you can see so many vehicles. It's honestly crazy. But yeah, that looks like a Crown Victoria that's in the middle of the purple vehicle. So that's gonna be cool to just kind of see random car meets that happen throughout the night, because that's definitely how it is in real life. So that's gonna be, you know, really cool. And probably, as you know, NPCs can join and other players too. So that's gonna be really interesting. And then we get another shot on how people are doing it. So this time it's not, you know, the same thing as just a post. They're actually live on Instagram or TikTok. We have people commenting, which is going to be definitely like, you know, players could probably do that, as well as, you know, NPCs. And we also have them giving likes as well. So that's, you know, pretty cool. Even emojis can be used too. Next shot, we have this alligator actually walking into one of these stores. And, you know, this is something that's probably going to happen, honestly, very, very often, you know, again, with alligators in Florida. But we also get to see a lot more details of what's inside the store. Like we have this toilet paper, or, you know, some type of paper towels and stuff like that over here to the right side. Each individual little snack that's on the, you know, little corner store shelves and all that. It's honestly really cool to just see the details. And then we get this next shot of a body cam, which is cool. I don't know if we're gonna be able to have them, but at least the police will be able to. And, you know, you get to see a little bit more perspective. So maybe it's gonna add a lot more to, like, if you die, you know, and maybe you could defend yourself, or if you get shot, you could defend yourself, and, you know, with the police having body cams, because that obviously has grown a lot throughout these past, you know, few years. So they're breaking into this place, or, you know, doing something. So that's gonna be, you know, pretty cool. Next up, we have this shot again, just of more, you know, live stuff. So we got this, usually got to hit the strip club to see Jiggle like that for real. There's this, you know, guy that's running from the cops. First off, we have like this GMC like tow truck, or huge truck that's in the back right here. Then we also have Rockstar's take on Sunoco, because we can see, you know, the colors, the stripes and all that. It's actually called Arrow in game, you know, has to have some type of resemblance. I'm assuming, since we see people at gas stations, maybe we'll be able to actually pump gas, maybe. I mean, it would honestly make it really cool. And then we got this next shot that says only in Leonardo is a crotch grab, an apology of bad driving. So this is always some road rage that's happening right here. And this is also important to put into perspective that this is the name of the state. So we have Vice City as a city, but this is actually the name of the state, Leonardo. So that's pretty cool. Background over here, we get to see more parts. So we have VCI Airport, Kelly County, exit only, 14A. Again, a lot more realistic. And we also have the Vice Beaches, Port V / Keys. So Vice City Keys and all that. So that is going to be nice. We also get this tow truck that's driving over here. So that's also a part of it. Then we also have this runner that's on the road. This is what the guy over here is driving. We'll break down these NPCs a lot more as well. And then we have this other guy that says RIP RDCU in heaven, cuz. And It's just guy that's jumping out of this truck and just like doing something. And then we next got this guy that has like no clothing on at all, watering his plants. Again, just more things that just happened in Miami, just a lot of NPC activity. And then we have the Thrill Billy Mud Club, which is a club of people that bathe and just have fun in muds. We see a bunch of huge trucks in the background, a lot of, you know, things. So this is probably going to be a part of the map where we can have fun and just do what we want to do. And this is just like the people that's kind of part of the club. And she's just having a great time. Monster trucks and everything like that, huge tires. And then after that, we have this next shot, which finally has somebody talking that says, well, look who's back. And it says, neighborhood watch, don't play around the hamlet. I'm assuming this is probably a Karen that got bad at something, and they're just, you know, about to attack somebody. And then we got this guy that just jumps off of this stage or something and just crashes straight into this table. He has a bottle of liquor in his hand, and just a lot more details and realistic parts of this where, you know, people are just reacting to it. We also have like the fact that, like, you know, there's some amount of the little details and stuff that just come from, you know, when he lands and all that. It's just realistic. The next shot, we have a little bit of the inside view of the vehicle. So first off, let's look outside real quick. We got the Crown Victoria. So that's going to be one of the new police cars. We also have this huge sign that says it cures emotion. It's just probably some type of medication. Inside, we get to see a lot more details of the dials, as well as the speedometer, you know, the radio and all that, windshield wipers and all that. Just a lot more little details of what the interiors are going to look like of vehicles. And then if we get a little bit more closer, we can also see that this is going to be an Explorer vehicle that's going to be added. And it also says Sheriff on it. So that's going to be cool to have different, you know, kind of like stuff and different, you know, counties and all that. And then after that, Lucia says the only way. And if we continue on throughout this trailer, we can see a little bit of, you know, Jason and just a shot of him. Just a close-up look. He also has a bandana around his neck. And we can also see a little detail, which people probably didn't realize, is that we actually have mirrors that can work and actually can see what's behind you. So that's something that Rockstar didn't, you know, really talk about yet, and really hasn't had in a GTA game ever. And then after that, Lucia says we're gonna get through this. We obviously have another shot of her with some money in her hand. You can see every single dollar bill moving back and forth. It's just, it's wild. It's a lot of details, a lot of stitching as well that we can see into the seats. So again, just more realistic parts of the game. She also has a bandana as well. I'm assuming they probably just, you know, robbed or stole from somewhere. And then after that, we have the no overturning zone. This says that cops will arrest man who flipped his car after PV died and dash. So this is a news article from Weasel News. This is something that we could probably see on the TV. So if you take a closer look, first off, you can see that this cop car down here that has like the tan and the blackness, this is some type of supercar. So first off, that's gonna be cool that, you know, cops don't just only have, you know, generic simple vehicles. We also had this, what it seems like a Jeep down here. We got this other vehicle, which I'm not sure if that is like the ambulance or if that's like some corner maybe as well. And then it's just like a lot more vehicles and stuff. So this is just another, you know, just Weasel News type of article. And, you know, this is obviously from a playing perspective. So I don't know if that's going to be, you know, a huge thing that also, you know, plays in perspective where we have like helicopters and just, you know, all that, just recording news and can post it. Probably us players could probably be on the news as well, which is cool. So that's something else. And then after that, we get to this next shot. This guy that has a lot of tattoos on his body. And this actually is in Spanish, but if you translate it, it says that written confession in ink, and it says for tattoos, and then the description under it says a tattoo on the neck betrayed him or like gave himself away, key of the conviction or prison sentence for the guy or man from the state of Ladrona. So it's also kind of cool that there's going to be different types of, like, you know, TV channels a little bit, and just different languages that also point to perspective. So that's pretty cool right there. So pretty much this guy got arrested because his tattoos kind of ratted on him a little bit. And if you can see in the background, it says corrections, sheriff's office deputy, and it says Vice City or Vice City County, something like that. So also that's pretty cool right there. If we continue on throughout the trailer, we get to see a lot more of the bikes into the game. We obviously see a lot of vehicles, but we haven't really seen bikes that much. So this is some type of bike meet the NPCs are having. And if you look a little bit closer as well, you can see this is actually taking place in Little Haiti, because you can see the Haitian flag in the back, which is cool, because I'm actually Haitian myself. So that's going to be great to see in the game. So that's something also people probably didn't realize. And I'm assuming that restaurant probably has something that's in Haitian Creole, but I can't really see it because it's really far. But I would translate it if I could. All right. And after that, we got another shot. Weasel News, dirt bags. Cops failed to stop thugs on motorbikes terrorizing Vice City. We also have, you know, some other news articles that are happening down here. But again, we have the police and the Chargers. And it's just crazy because you can see the different types of police like that they're going to be having. It's not just like going to be one generic LSPD. It's going to be like actual different, which is, you know, how Rockstar usually does it. So it's cool. Vehicle wise though, we got another Tahoe over there, I think, and then that's a Porsche down there for sure. And then for the other vehicles, again, I'll break it down a lot more, but yeah, that's great. Oh, this vehicle as well, this is the Fusion, so that's another vehicle that's gonna be there. I'm so glad Rockstar's adding vehicles like this, how cars that actually are in real life, that police actually use today, not just like some old generic vehicles. So that's great to see. Next shot over here, we got the Chrysler 300. We also have this, you know, guy that's, I'm assuming maybe part of a gang or something like that, because it says High Rollers Lifestyle. Then Lucia, which isn't in this scene, says being a team, so, you know, correlates with the you know, previous line. And then we also see some customization on the back of this Chrysler 300, which again, just the vehicle customization is going to be crazy in this game. We look a little bit more. We also have, you know, the shot of Jason and Lucia in the store, assuming that they're just going to rob it, considering the fact that they have, you know, bandanas on. So we first can see every little detail of like the water as well as the liquor that's on the shelves. We also have like some soda on the other side, which has a lot more detail, just a lot of lighting, and even the ceiling tiles are moved a little bit. You can see how much detail Rockstar puts. So honestly, it's great. It's great. Rockstar put a lot of detail and thought into it. Next shot over here, we get to see this car drifting. They also stay woohoo. So first off, we got this Mercedes, I'm assuming, or maybe it's just a Jeep in the back. And then we also have this other vehicle back there. Probably one from GT Online, just forgot the name right now. And then we can see this is a pawn and gun shop, but also a gun and pawn shop right next to each other. So that's probably a place we could buy guns. I'm assuming there's an interior, considering the fact that the door is literally open. So that's great for sure. Definitely going to be interested in that. Then we continue on, we can see, you know, this is obviously Jason and Lucia that's in the vehicle after they just probably robbed that store. It could be a different place. We also get to see speed limits are in place too, so we get to see, you know, speedy for everywhere. Great. And then we get this next shot of Lucia and Jason in the bed together, just, you know, saying trust, and then Jason also says trust too. And after that, that's pretty much the end of the trailer. We have the last shot over here with these, you know, the vehicle that they just had in the previous shots, which again, they're probably robbing another store, or this is the one that they robbed before. We have Lucia and Jason walking in to this store about to rob it. We also have another, you know, I'm assuming that's a Chevrolet truck parked out there. And then, you know, obviously they're breaking into the store and going to definitely rob it. And we also have, you know, Lucia with a pistol in her hand and Jason too. And then it goes to the official GTA 6 logo, which means obviously this is the end of the trailer. So crazy. I'm so glad, first off, that this is the official logo, because I've honestly got tired of seeing so many fake logos. But obviously we didn't know what it looked like, so I guess people just had to make those. But this is the official trailer, and, you know, the official logo, and we know this is coming in 2025. So that's a full breakdown of everything in the trailer. I'll be having like more individual parts and stuff, like with vehicles, NPCs, mission parts, and everything. There's gonna be so many videos I'm gonna be making, so I'm definitely gonna, you know, look forward to that. But just know that, you know, that's crazy. That's a full trailer breakdown. This video is over 30 minutes long already, which just shows how much details and how much stuff you could put into a video when the trailer is literally only a minute long. But hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe and put up post notifications. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section of GTA 6 as well as this breakdown. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.